Hi, this is Ashley Eckstein, voice of Ahsoka Tano, and thank you for listening to the Super Awesome Geek Show.
Hey! Hello, everyone. How you doing? I saw Gap After Dark in here, so I want to say hi to Gap already. Today, we are doing Sunday Morning Vintage, and we are taking a look at, we have some Ewoks to look at, Ewoks figures. The Dulocs more precise. I don't have Wicket or Low Gray yet. But that's another thing we're going to be talking about, because Happy New Year's. And I hope you guys had a great evening. I don't know how late everybody was up. Some people are probably still up from last night. I think Scarif After Dark tried to stay up till 6 a.m., right? And yeah, that was fun. I went on a couple live streams like yesterday, running up to the midnight event, and but I think I fell asleep by like 10:30 maybe. I don't know what it was, but I was falling asleep on I popped on. I finally was able to keep myself awake long enough to pop on Scarif After Dark and say hello, and I was falling asleep, so I got out of there about 9:30, quarter to 10, and I think I was asleep by 10:30. So yeah, it was I can't stay up. I'm not a late owl anymore. Night owl. What do they call it? Yeah, whatever you call it. Yeah. Dino the Machino might be joining me today. We gotta. Let me see what if he's said anything back. He was gonna join. No, he didn't say anything back yet. He wrote last night saying he was going to join, but I don't know if he's really going to join or not. I don't know. We'll see. Because I don't know how late he was up. All right. Of course, as always, it wasn't the smoothest of mornings, so I've still got to hook this camera up to see the other angle. Let me put the StreamYard link in the chat, and we're gonna pin that. Do. Ewoks. We are the Ewoks. Fountains of the Forest Moon. All right, so I've pinned that message to the top. Now anyone can join, and I'm going to join with this camera. And we will get another view on these. We'll get a view on these. I don't know what that was. That's kind of a modified Zelda theme, right? gotta mute this mic. We gotta mute this mic. All right, we'll just have it like that. Okay, I am going to, let's add that in. Bam. And yeah, you'll notice the first thing we have on there is a INT4, right? Is that what this is called? The INT4? And the INT4 is something I've needed this gun in the front. So we'll switch over to this. I'll turn these lights on. There we go. Much better. Yeah, but you can't see me, but you can see them, which is what is important. So the INT4 is something that I picked up a while back, and mine did not have this gun that's out the front. It's got the red panel. It's got these things. Got some great stickers on the sides here, but no sticker in the back and no sticker up top. And that kind of bothered me, and then not having the gun up front kind of bothered me. And these things fold up. It's got pretty good stickers on the wings. You got a little hatch here that you can fit a guy inside. But yeah, and these wings just pop down, pop back up. And it's got a little landing gear here with some strut things. Kind of looks like the head of an ATST or the head of an AT-AT, which is pretty cool. But it's just a little flying ship. But I never had the gun. And that always kind of bothered me. I've been hunting around for a gun for it. And I keep seeing them sell for $25, $30 just for the gun. And I kept going to myself, that's too much. I don't want to spend... You know, I may have spent $20 on the ship, so it's like I don't want to spend another $20 to $30 on just that little tiny gun. But as luck would have it, I ran into one the other day for around $10, $12, and it had the gun on it. So, I mean, I was sitting there looking at it going, well, I only need the gun, and I'm willing to pay $10 for the gun. But I'm going to end up getting the whole thing. So what do I... Yeah, it's kind of like, now I'm going to have two... What do I do with the other one? But I couldn't pass it up. You know what I mean? I was like, I got to have... Because it's cheaper to buy this than to just spend $20 to $30 on the gun. So I just bought a whole new one because it was there. It was cheap and it was there. So we might... I don't know. I might add that in a giveaway, or I might just put it somewhere else in the collection as a little thing. I don't know, or hang on to it, and eventually if I ever do find another gun, I'll make it complete and trade it or do something. But this one, but the other problem I have is this one, the stickers aren't as good. This sticker's curling up. It does have the stickers on the back and the top, and this sticker's really curling up. And then when you close it, these are okay. These stickers are all right. Put the gun there, yeah. And it seems a little greener. Like this one's more gray and this one's more green. So I don't, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like I look at them and go, which one is in better shape? You know, like am I going to hodgepodge these and move them around? You know, like which one's a better... I like this hatch and the way this... Like that seems more solid. This doesn't really click anymore. You know, you're always comparing them, but this has like brown stains on where the glue was. It's like the wings are looser than this one. This one's more tight, you know. Yeah, there's no stains from the glue. So it's you're always debating, like, what should I swap parts? Should I move things around? I don't know. But I think I'm leaving it be and just going to have, maybe I'll just have two in the collection. Or if someone really does need one, I can use this for trading, I guess. But we'll see what happens. Yeah. But it's all right. Pretty cool vehicle. I think they're neat. I like these mini rigs. I've always liked the mini rigs, and happy to have them, and can't wait to get more. I need the Endor one. The Endor, is it called the Ranger? The Endor Ranger. I need that Ranger. So that's the one. That's one that I really need, is the Ranger. Let's see who's popped in, William. Tim Hayes. Tim, good morning. How you doing, Tim? Good to see you. Cool Star Wars. I wasn't expecting to show anything other than Ewoks, since you mentioned Ewoks in the title and description. Yeah, it's because I just got this, so I want to look at it because I just got it. You know what I mean? Like, it's yeah. And there's actually a couple droids that I'm going to look at as well during this stream, because we got a couple new droids. Hey, Brandon, how you doing? Good morning, sir. Well, you're up early. Here you are up early for Gojitron. Good to see you, Goji. That's a cool little ship. Getting ready to go to work. The Endor Ranger is too expensive. Exactly. That's what my problem is. I was just watching one, and on eBay, and it started out cheap. It was like $20 or so, and I was like, oh, let me watch this, and I was like, let me watch this, and we'll see if it stays cheap. But no, it didn't. I think it ended up being $186 when the auction ended. So I was like, no, no, not getting that. Too expensive. And that was just a loose one. It wasn't even in a box. What's up, Tim Hayes? Hey, TJ, a work in progress. How you doing, TJ? Good to see you. Yeah, Happy New Year. Hope everything comes comes good this year. Set an alarm to watch. Wow, he set an alarm. That Empire Strikes Back mini rig, I think, is supposed to go inside the AT-AT if you have an AT-AT. Yeah, they do. They do show that in the pictures. He's in the back of the AT-AT. Yeah, they show that in the pictures. You are correct, sir. So, what we're here really to talk about is, as Tim pointed out, the Ewoks line. Specifically, what I have so far are the Dulocks from the Ewoks line. I don't have Wicket or the Shaman, Logray the Shaman yet. Those are the two actual Ewoks that did come out with this line. And then, so I will be getting those hopefully soon. I'm actually looking at watching on eBay an auction for Logray right now. And if the auction gets near the end and it's around $80 to $100, I'll probably throw a bid in at the last minute and see what I get. But I'm kind of just watching a few, and I've been seeing some sell for like $80 to $100, $120, somewhere in that range. So I'm hoping to be in that 80 to 100 range when I buy mine. I don't want to be up towards that 120 range when I buy mine. So I'm just watching a few auctions, and also I know there's a local store. I think Bits and Buttons, the last time I was there, I think he has one in stock. So I'll have to run back down there this week and see how much he's got his for. And if it's in that range, if it's like $80 to $100, I'll probably just buy it from Bits and Buttons. But sometimes my local stores have stuff for a higher price, especially with Star Wars. They're a lot higher price than what you can find on eBay or Mercari. So I very rarely buy Star Wars stuff from my local stores, just because you can generally win it in an auction on eBay for less, or talk to the person on Mercari and talk them down and get it for less. So I don't tend to buy my Star Wars locally just because they like I've seen, like, here's a good example. Like lately I've seen a Man, and I'm going to have an Man soon, but lately I've been seeing a Man sell for, you know, one sold for 80 something dollars a couple weeks back, which I think was a fluke, but I watched another one sell for 103. I saw one the other day that was 120. So I know I can get in a Man for less than $150. And when the pandemic was in full lockdown, he was going up to like $600-700 on eBay. I watched him go from $100 figure all the way up to like $600 or $700 during the lockdown, and now he's come back down to 150 or less. But my local stores, like I have a local store 5 minutes from me, he's got it for $400 or $500, and he's not budging. I told him how things were fluctuating, and they're coming back down to under 150. And I was showing him the eBay sales, and he just said, that's almost what I paid for it. I can't, because he bought it during lockdown. Someone came in and sold a big collection. So he's like, that's almost what I paid for it. I can't sell it for that. And he goes, someone eventually will come in, because he's already sold 2 or 3 of them. He had like 6 or 7 Amana-Mans. He had 3 Yak Faces, and he sold 2 of them already at like $700 each, and there's still one more Yak Face to sell. So people are paying those high-end prices at local shops. It's just I personally won't do it. So I'm waiting, and I'll get one in a I'll get one at a low price, because the 3 stores near me are pretty expensive. We do. Tim's talking about you need that mall to shop at. Yeah, I love that mall that Scuba's by, and I definitely would find some stuff there. Dino, hey, how you doing? If you still want to come on, pop on, Dino. Love to have you chatting with us. The link is in the description up above, or the link is in the pin to the top. It should be pinned to the top. But yeah, Tim, I do have one small sort of like swap. It's called the Swap Shop, and it's down here in it's almost to Miami. There's a let me get a coffee. Yeah. There's a what is it? I think it is called the Swap Shop, but they have an indoor area that's got like vendors that come in and set up tables. And then there's a huge outdoor area on the weekends. So all during the week, it's not only the indoor part, because they do drive-in movie theater stuff and other things out in the parking lot during the week. But on Saturday and Sunday, they open up the parking lot to people who just drive in and have like a car park sale where you just park the car and sell stuff out of the back of your van or out of the trunk of your car. And in England, they call it a car boot sale, And that's where you find the bargains. That's where you really find the deals. And that's where I got some packaged G.I. Joe figures and other stuff that's in my collection. But I don't get down there that often because it could be about an hour drive. And it's just, Saturday mornings, Sunday mornings, you got to get there right when they open to get the deals. Otherwise, everything's already bought, and so it's hard for me to get down there these days. Not a whole lot. Haven't been to bed. See, some people are still awake. Yeah, it's a waiting game. If you're prepared to wait, one will come along. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we have boot sales. Yeah. That's the other thing. I say you got to have patience. What I do is I set a price in my head, like I'm doing for, say, a Man and the Shaman from Ewoks, where I'm like the $80 to $100 range for the Ewok Shaman. I might go up to 120 for a Man, but I'm not going above 120. So. And I have been waiting 40 years. I have never in my life owned a Man. I have been waiting 40 years to find a Man-O-Man at a garage sale or a junk bin or somewhere for like $5, like I did with all the other figures. I've got, the 96. I have found every single figure either in the wild on card at a regular store or like, in a garage sale or somewhere, and the only two I've never found were Yak Face and a Man-O-Man. And I still, after 45 years of collecting, I still need those two figures. So I made a point this year. This kind of fits with the with the new year and everything in this new year stream. I made a point to say in 2023, I am going to finish the Kenner line. No matter what, I'm finally going to bite the bullet and just do it. The last couple figures I need, I will set a price in my head and I won't go over it. And I'll try to get them for that price or less and just deal with having to spend a little bit more money on the last 2 or 3 figures I need. And because I got deals on all the other last 17, like some of them were only like $5, for the last 17 figures and stuff. So I've got the blue Snaggletooth was like a $4 figure I found, but that was back in the 90s. I found him, 20 years ago for $4. So it's not like it was the other day, but, so I've been fortunate being patient and finding a lot of the other expensive figures for cheap. So I can sort of afford to buy the last 2 in my collection at what I consider a high price. And then I want to go for the Ewoks, which is what we're doing here. We've got 4 of the Ewoks figures, and then I want to get all the droids figures. So by the end of 2023, I will have all of the Kenner Star Wars figures, all of the Kenner Ewok figures, and all of the Kenner Droids cartoon figures. So that's my goal for the year 2023. So I don't know if anyone else sets goals. This actually is the first time I've set a goal on like a new year goal to get something in the collection that I've wanted for a while. And this year that goal is to do that, is to get all the rest of the rest of the Kenner figures. Elephant's trunk is at the front. You get a boot in the rear. There you go. Yeah. Super John, happy New Year. Darth Muzza, how you doing? Hello, everyone. Due to how popular toy collecting has become, do you think the days of finding super rare, cheap items might be gone, seeing as how more and more people know the value of stuff? No, because I'm still finding the deals. That's how I got my General Lando. General Lando from the last 17. I went up to a boot sale like that, a car boot sale, whatever you would call it. And I saw a guy. I got in a half hour early while everybody was setting up. I don't think I was supposed to. Like, it was supposed to start at like 9 o'clock, but I walked in about 8:30, and I just walked in without realizing that it wasn't open yet. And everybody was still setting up their stuff. And I looked in the back of this guy's van. I wasn't like staring. I was walking in front of it where he was putting his table up. And I looked past him into the back of the van, and I saw a Ziploc bag full of Star Wars figures. And I said to him, "Are those Kenner Star Wars?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he grabbed the bag out of the van, held them up. And I said, "How many do you think are in there?" And he's like, "I don't know, 15 or 12 or 15 figures, something like that." And I said, "Can I buy the whole bag?" And he thought about it for a minute. We went back and forth on a price, and we settled on $40 for the bag. So if there were 10 figures in it, that's $4 a figure, right? $4 per figure for 10 figures. But there ended up being about 15. I think there ended up being like 16 or 17 figures in the bag. So I made a really good deal. And one of the figures in the bag was General Lando. So that guy, even though he knew he had Star Wars, he had no clue that General Lando was worth more than the other figures in that bag. So yes, there are people out there who still have no idea. They see Star Wars and go, "I know these are worth a little bit of money," but they don't think how much money they're worth. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I mean that's so yes, you can still find those kind of deals at those places. Like if you go into a vintage store, no, you're not going to get those deals, like but the random person on the street, I still don't. I think they have an inkling that things are worth some money, but they don't know how much money it's worth. Happy New Year's, Left for Dead. How you doing? How you doing? Everyone's saying hello, 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 hello. There we go. I've been pretty lucky finding vintage, but I've had a bit of help from our community. Yeah. I mean, it's the same with comic books, like thing with comics also is people know, especially today, they know that Marvel comics are worth money. And you do run into the people who are like, well, this is a Marvel Spider-Man comic, so it's got to be worth $200. And you're like, yeah, but you've got issue like 693 that nothing happened in. It's worth $1, dude. It's not worth $200. You don't have the first appearance of any character. You're just and they're adamant about how this has to be worth that $200. So you do run into those stubborn people that think everything is gold, but you also can run into people who are like, I know that Spider-Man and these things are valuable, but I don't know which ones are valuable or how it works. And a lot of times you can just talk to them and figure, you can get a deal. Oh yeah, yeah. The charity shop thing has become a problem. Yes, that I definitely see. Yeah. What I find is garage sales and car boot sales, like you can find deals. But you're right, Jonathan. At the charity shops, the like we have Goodwill, we have Salvation Army, we've got some regular like thrift stores and stuff. I have not found anything decent at a thrift store or charity shop or a Salvation Army or Goodwill in probably 5 years. It's been at least 5 years since I found anything good at all at one of those kind of stores. And I used to find them every single week. I used to do a loop. When I lived in Seattle, I used to do a loop where I drove around and I hit like 5 or 6 charity shops in a day, in a morning. And almost every single week I would find Black Star figures. I'd find vintage He-Man, Transformers, G.I. Joe. Once in a great while I'd find a Star Wars figure here and there, like one or two, but not even the charity shops knew Star Wars figures. Let's put them online and see if we can sell them on an auction online. But everything else they would put out, I'd find Voltron, stuff like that, and Thundercats. Like I would find that every single week. But now the last like 4 or 5 years, like I found a route down here in Florida to do. And when I first moved down to Florida, I was finding stuff doing this route where there was, again, 4 or 5 shops I could do in a big loop and drive around in the morning. And I was finding vintage He-Man, Robotech, old Power Rangers, Turtles all the time. But now it's dried up. The last, I would say, 4 or 5 years, I have not found anything at any charity shop or that's worth my time. You find broken toys, you find, I don't know, sometimes stuff from the 90s, and they price it like you find a Playmate Star Trek figure loose that has no accessories. It's just Captain Picard. And the charity shop will price it at $10, and you're like, I could buy this on card, brand new for $10 off eBay. So why would I spend $10 for a loose one with no accessories? So yeah, they don't. That's the other thing. They're pricing them different too. So it's crazy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the thing, Jonathan. I run into people who are they're just adamant that it's like, I got this, so it's got to be worth like $10,000. So you're like, no, the one you have is not. If you had number one or the first appearance of the Rhino, yeah, it'd be $10,000. But the issue that you happen to try to have that is not worth anything, and they won't hear it. They're like, no, no, no. But he says, gotten expensive. They call it a Star Wars tax. Yeah. Prices are ridiculous. Putting good stuff straight on eBay. Same here. That's what I'm saying. I think that's what's going on. But that, and I did find out that in my local area, so I'm 5 minutes. I'm literally less than 5 minutes from a shop called Way Back When that my friend Joey owns. And Joey gets a phone call whenever someone passes away in the like 3 or 4 town area that we live in, say 3 or 4 towns away. He knows the estate sales sellers. He knows the lawyers. He knows the realtors. So whenever someone passes away, he gets a phone call saying, this person had toys or comics, come pick them up. And then the charity shops in my area, all the Goodwills, all the thrift stores, I found out when they get toys in, they immediately call Joey, and Joey drives over and takes a look at them. So the local store that's right next to my house is basically buying anything that's good before the public gets a chance to even see it. So that's the other problem. You know what I mean? They got this deal going on where they're supplying the inventory for Joey's store. So that's the other unfortunate thing about where I live. Like I can't even get into the estate sale until say like Friday morning or Saturday morning when they open up. And I find out Joey's already been there and bought all the toys. He was there Wednesday night. You know what I mean? Like, and bought all the toys. So it's kind of I would have to drive like an hour or so away and then hit those shops or find those estate sales and hope there's no store in that area that has the same deal, So yeah, a lot of the people in the area know to call, and it's probably true about almost every area you go to. They know someone to call who's into that stuff, and they're going to give them a decent price to take the whole pile. You know what I mean? Like they don't piecemeal. They'll just come in and buy like, here's $2,000. I'll buy the entire pile and leave. And the person selling it's happy and he gets it for a super bargain and then can sell it in the store for a higher price, So, that's the guys working hit eBay right away. Yeah. But I will say there are some deals to be made. Like Chris Perillo, just a year or two ago, he put up a find. He had a bag that he got off the hanging rack at a Value Village in the Seattle area. And he sent me a picture and he goes, are these what I think they are? And I immediately wrote back, yes. And on the bag was a tag for like $4 or something. And it was a bag full of random figures, but in the pile of random figures were all the humans from the droids line. So he got like Kia Mall, Thantosh, Jantosh, Dino's here. Let's add Dino to the stream. Hey, Dino.
Hey, Happy New Year. Morning, everyone.
Happy New Year. Yeah, he got like it was like 3 or 4 of the human characters from droids all in one bag for like $4, plus a whole bunch of other like random action figures from the 80s and 90s. So
when was that?
you can still find those deals, but the thing is, again, the people working at that store probably had no idea that those were Star Wars figures because they don't know what droids is. They don't know what they wouldn't know what this Duloc is. You know what I mean? They would not know these are Star Wars figures. So that's where you get the deals because they see a Stormtrooper or a Luke Skywalker, they know that's a Star Wars figure, but they see something like one of these Dulocs or they see the the other humans from the droids line, they're not going to know those are Star Wars figures, so they just put them out for a couple dollars.
I love these back in the 80s. That's why I bought them. So
yeah,
I would have been like, I think, what, 15, 16?
You still got yours, right? You still got yours?
Yeah, I still have all mine, and I just liked, when I was collecting, I collected things that look cool, and these guys definitely look cool.
Yeah, they're neat. I need So she's complete. She didn't come with an accessory.
Yeah, and she's got her hair. Mine, the top of her hair is snipped off.
Oh, really? It fell off?
Let me see a close look on that one, if you don't mind.
Yeah. And the other three are supposed to have a staff, but this shaman guy,
yeah,
I actually saw a staff for $15, and I put in to buy it on Mercari because he didn't know what it was. He's like some random weapon thing, and I was like, that's the shaman staff. So I put in $15 for it, and I'm seeing if the guy will sell it to me for $15, because then I could have this guy complete also.
Yeah.
But
yeah, she has her hair little bun on top.
Yeah,
mine. When I didn't realize it when I purchased this, but mine has a little. It's been snipped off.
She's got the way her feet go are weird.
Yeah.
So she doesn't really stand up that well. So on her own, you got to use a stand because this foot doesn't even really touch the ground. But
it's funny how we pose ours. I have mine with her tail up.
Well, I don't know. How do they run around on the show?
No, I'm just looking. I'm like, oh, I didn't know her tail went down. So
they're posable tails. So
yeah, oh man, this one's like pretty tight. It's like I don't think anyone's ever played with this besides. I'm sure the hair piece is pretty brittle. Are you using your phone?
Yeah, on the for the Ewok one, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not focusing too well, huh? But yeah, you can see how the hair piece has been snipped off right there.
Yeah, wouldn't you have to cut that with like a snippers?
I don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah, but I'm still happy with it, you know.
Yeah.
They're pretty expensive. I'm not going to.
Oh no, yeah. Well, you want to know what these 4 cost me?
I know. Well, were they $50 a pop?
They were $295 for the 3 of them. Or for the 4,
weapon.
for all 4.
Without a weapon, $300.
Yeah, and they normally go without weapons. They normally sell for about $100 to $150 each. So,
wow.
I basically got 4 of them for the price of 3. So I bought 3, got 1 free, and yeah. But I need to track down. Like I said, I've been looking at the weapons. If you get these guys complete with their weapons, they can be $200 to $300. So that
really?
Weapon doubles the price, basically.
Who's worth the most? That weapon's pretty unique. Look at how his hand fits inside that.
I actually think the guy you got in your hand is worth the most. I think that Scout, yeah. The Scout with his weapon is worth the most, yeah.
And then
the one that's worth the least is the King. King Gornish is worth the least. Yeah, that's the staff.
That staff is super pretty.
Yeah,
cool.
that staff. I might be getting that for just about $15. And usually, like if you go on eBay, that staff is like $100 on eBay. So it's crazy. Like just the weapons are insane priced. So
I'm trying to block it so you can see better, but it's not working.
Yeah. But
I'm trying to show you the back of the card too.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I do have a carded figure too.
Who's on that card?
Will Gray. He was.
Oh, he was. Yeah.
He was on the card, but he would cost the same loose as he did in the package.
Wow.
And I like to display these loose.
Yeah.
At the time, this was before like the whole internet thing.
It was probably bitten off. TJ said some kid bit it off.
Yeah, maybe. I know I used to chew on stuff, but these are all like in great shape. Like they're really tight. But
Yeah.
these weapons, man. These weapons are not anything else, right?
No, yeah, they're just
Look at they even got jiggly bits down at the bottom.
Yeah, that weapon is about $100 on eBay. You know what I mean? Like these weapons like double the price. So that's why I was like, I don't care. I got to pull the trigger on these, and then I don't care if I get the weapons or not. And
yeah,
because I can't do 300 per figure. You know what I mean? I can't just for that little weapon, that piece of plastic. I can't do an extra $100 to $200 for just that weapon. There's no way. I'm not at that. I mean, maybe in the future, but I'm not at that point right now in my life where I can afford to do that. So I'll be happy. I'll be happy just having the figures.
So on the bottom,
the droids is a little easier to get. What's that?
On the bottom of like in the middle of the card, there's a description on each character.
Oh yeah. Pull it back just a tiny bit. Let's see if it'll focus. A friendly and inquisitive Ewok. Is that Wicket? It's still blurry. Yeah. You're going to have to read them for us. Read them for us.
Yeah, right.
Can't.
Even though I have my reading glasses on, it's still a friendly and inquisitive young Ewok who loves adventure. Low gray, wise, old medicine man who aids the Ewoks. The magic spells and potion with magic spells and potions. King Gonish sounds like a dish, right? That you would eat.
Yeah, he's like King Goulash. He's a dish from the Middle East.
What is it? Is that 2 M's? I can't tell. The conniving king. I'm surprised they put words like this in here, like the conniving king of the Dulocs, who happens to enslave the Ewoks.
What? Oh no!
Yeah, that's pretty scary. Uga, Lady Gonish, sly mate of King Gonish, who aids him. What's that?
The queen, right? You're talking about the queen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her name
Lady
is Ogre.
Lady Ogre or something?
Gonish.
Yeah.
Urgah. Who aids him in his devious plans. A Duloc scout, a loathsome, villainous, swamp-dwelling creature who spies on the Ewoks. Duloc shaman, the shaman.
Shaman. You know what a shaman is, right?
I know what a shaman is, but it sounds cool. It sounds cooler the way I say it.
Oh, all right.
An inept witch doctor who uses nasty tricks to attempt to frighten or outwit the Ewoks. And they got the battle wagon on the bottom too.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna have to do a you might want to join me for this one too some in the future. Like in a couple weeks I'm gonna have to do a Sherwood Forest Robin Hood from the movie and go over those figures because I've got the battle ram for that coming.
Yeah, I have a battle ram of that. That one's cool, and I wanted to have a 3D printed skull on the top because I think you can have that. There's a file out there to have that printed.
I would just buy the skull. I've seen it on eBay. I've seen the skull on eBay for like $20 lately. So
no way.
Yes, absolutely.
The giant skull.
I've been watching. Yeah, I've been watching all the parts because I got the wagon coming because I bought the wagon for $20 off somebody. So I was like, how much are all the parts to turn it into an Ewok one? And I saw one sell the other day for just $20. So it's like they're not. The parts are
that's like a couple $100 part.
No, seriously, I've been watching them. Hold on.
I'm on right now.
My phone is hooked up here. Hold on. Let me go on eBay here.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, $198.99, $199, $199, $225. Here's a near complete for the whole battle wagon for $359 or best offer with $700 shipping.
$700, yeah.
Yeah.
How do we do when you're on there? How do you do the sold auctions? Where do we go
right
here?
Yeah,
there we go. Sold items. Oh yeah, there's one for $175 that's sold.
Yeah.
$152. There, $50. There's $150.
They lucked out, man.
Sold for $50.
Yeah, $54. Yeah, but look at there's two of them sold for $54. The same exact one. One was November 29th, and the next one was November 6th. Well, so November 6th and November 29th for the exact same. Oh, custom reproduction.
Oh, they're not real. Okay.
For $54. But still, I think $54 for reproduction, it looks legit. I'm gonna see if this.
Well, I thought it was real on first glance, but yeah.
If it looks like the same thing, $54 for a 3D printed one isn't too bad.
I wouldn't pay that for a print. I'd just ask someone to print it for me.
Yeah, true. I guess there's a lot of good. So if anybody knows how to 3D print this skull, I would let me know, man, because I definitely would love to get it.
Because I don't know. I have an issue with like 3D printed stuff. Okay, like everything I've received that is a 3D print is extremely fragile. Like I could literally just snap it in half in not even without any effort, you know.
Really?
And there's always lines on it. It's never smooth. It's even if you sand it down, you're just sanding it to more lines. You're never going to make it smooth. And it's not made for, in my opinion, 3D printing is not made for actual objects you would use and play with. It's for stuff that's just a statue. That works great, you know, but an action figure, no. They're always loose. They never stay tight because after a couple of movements, if you get one tight, after a couple of movements, it's worn the plastic down enough to where it's loose. So I
guess it would probably depend on the printer itself, don't you think?
I don't know. I mean, the people who've sent me stuff have very high-end printers that they spent thousands of dollars on, and they also have the $200 printers, and I don't see a difference between them. You know what I mean?
But for something like that, for me to display tie on the shelf,
that's. I mean, I guess if you're never going to touch it, yeah. Because I don't mind my Paul made me the swamp ski for the Zartan in 6-inch mode. He basically took the 3 3/4 inch one that we had as kids and blew it up to 6-inch size for the 6-inch GI Joe classified. And I don't mind that because, like I said, it's just going to sit there on a shelf. But I mean, like there's a good chance, like if you just played with it a little bit, it would break in half, you know.
These are fantastic figures, though. The detail in these, like the hat piece, the necklaces.
Yeah, I'm trying to look something up here. What happened to Jedi Business at Chris B's thing?
What do you mean?
Well, Chris B used to have an entire archive of every single figure with great pictures and I don't know where JediBusiness.com went. It's gone. Like how could he not be running? Is Chris out of Star Wars? Like, why would he not be? He had a picture of every single figure from the Kenner till today, like archived on a website called JediBusiness.com. Front, back, side, all the weapons and accessories in the package, out of the package. And it was like, oh, here's some of Chris's photographs, recently added figures. So it's on galacticfigures.com.
Yeah, I just clicked on that myself too.
Did he move to Galactic Figures instead of Jedi Business? Because I was going to look up the Ewoks line on here and show, when did they make Grogu in a bag as a figure? I've never seen that figure. Like, he's got stuff on here I've never ever even seen in my life. You know, like, oh, he must have come with one of the holiday troopers. That's what it's got to be. I see.
Yeah, he came with the biker scout.
Yeah,
I have that one. That's one of the main reasons why I got it. I don't see any archive figures though. It's like all sale, like things that you could buy.
What?
I think. Do I
recently added figures? Those are all in the archive, and then you got the vintage collection archive.
Okay, droids.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute.
Tap to identify figures. All right, so I need to go to. Once I bring this up, I'll share the screen.
Yeah,
not retro collection.
Yeah, I don't see anything that you can't buy in the stores right now.
No, I got all the Kenner ones up.
Do you?
Yeah, just go down below. Don't you see the Kenner stuff?
Well, I just clicked on the top where it says categories.
Oh. I went to brands and then we clicked Kenner.
Oh, I'll let you do it then.
Let me see here. Let's see.
Are we doing Ewoks today too? Because I have all the Ewoks.
Yeah. I want to look at the Ewoks. So if you have the Ewoks, let's do that.
Yeah. Let's look at that line right now that you're trying to find now. Instead of.
All right. So I'm going to share my screen here. I bit my sister's tiny tears finger off in 74. I still have both hers and mine. JT, good morning, John and Dino. Everybody in the chat, happy New Year to everyone.
Hey,
Gojatron, just got to work. Thanks for the mentions in chat. See ya, Goji. If you got to work, see ya. Or if you're still watching at work, thank you. All right, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to present screen, and we will go here. There we go. So is this working out? We can see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let me, I guess it doesn't matter, right? All right, so can I zoom in a little bit here? How do we do this?
Do you scroll it?
No, I was thinking, do we have a zoom on? Yeah, there we go. Boom, boom, boom. Like that. There we go. That's good. So Ewoks figures, Star Wars Ewoks. These figures were released in 85 based on the Ewoks cartoon. The entire series had a total of 6 figures. So earlier, one of the guys, I think, was it Jonathan or TJ? One of the guys asked, was this part of the droids line? Was droids and Ewoks together in one line? And no, they were out at the same time, so a lot of people lump them together. But they did technically have 2 separate lines. So one line
is totally different.
Yeah, the card backs are totally different. So one line was the Ewoks line, and it consisted of only 6 figures. And it was these 6. You had the Dulak Scout, the Dulak Shaman, King Gornish, Logray, Urga Lady, the Lady Gornish, Urga, whatever the hell her name is. And we had Wicket the Ewok on the end. And it was a different Wicket and a different Logray than we got in the regular Star Wars line. So as you can see, they're Dino
So
has them, right? You have those
yeah,
figures?
so Hasbro today would never make a new sculpt to make them look animated. They would just paint it to look like
Yeah,
an
they would
animated
paint it
figure.
cell shaded, right? Do you have them handy? Can you hold them
I
up?
do. They're right here.
Yeah, let's
Who do you want to see first?
hold them up
Are
here.
these worth more than the?
Wicket is worth the most. With that spear, Wicket's $400 to $500. I think
Really?
if I remember seeing that right. Yeah, let me.
And he's real nice. I don't see any paint rubs. I could get him graded at a 95. I bet. The spear is really nice. Now, see, I had two of these, and the first one I had, the spear was a reproduction.
You
So,
found a
and
reproduction spear? Like I can't even find reproductions of these weapons.
well, this is years ago. I actually gifted it to the guy that on some of my videos I showed the Sears Cantina reproduction one that I have.
Oh yeah.
A guy I know that sells on eBay does those, and he also did custom figures too with weapons. So he didn't have the mold for these to do that, because what he does is he takes the figures apart, a real figure, and he makes casting for it, and then he'll make different. So I gifted him an Ewok, and he was supposed to make me a Death Star, Palatoy Death Star, and he wasn't scamming me or anything like that, because he sent me the Sears, and he sent me the Hawthorne. It's early in the morning. Sorry if my brain doesn't work as quick as the Carbon Freezing Cloud City playset. He gifted me a bunch of stuff too.
Huh.
So, but he was supposed to make the Death Star, but he ran out of the card stock, and the company that sold it to him wasn't in business anymore.
Oh wow.
But so he has the other one of these, but I think it was only like $85 for this when I bought it.
The whole thing with the staff? You mean?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
I want to say it was. It could have been a little. I think because R2, I believe, is my most expensive figure with the pop-up lightsaber.
Yes, those from the droids line, 3PO and R2, I probably will never get. I'm not counting them because I have them in the regular line.
One?
So is that the animated one? Let me see. Yeah, those. Because that droid, that like the C3PO is like again $400 or $500, and then the R2D2, he's pushing $1,000 now. That version of R2. So I don't even count them. If they get above $500, I'm like, then I'm not going to collect them. I'm just because unless I find them in some garage sale or something for $5 that people don't know what they are. There's just no way.
I do $80 for both of them if you're interested.
Are they what? $80 for both?
I do $80.
Are they real? Are you making fun of me?
These are custom made. I made these. But this is the same exact body.
Oh yeah.
Removable limbs, 3PO, and if you just get the color.
Paint it
it yourself, man. It's the same exact thing. Why? I mean, I wouldn't sell it as an original.
You just tried to sell it to me as an original.
No, I said I didn't say $500. And then you can get these lightsabers. I'm
just messing around.
Yeah, I know. And then you customize and get the sensor scope R2.
Oh yeah, there you go.
And there you go. It doesn't move. I mean, it's not going to rotate and go up and down, but I'm fine with this, man. I'll take this all day long. But I have low gray.
Cool.
Low gray is so cool, man.
Yeah. Is that an original staff too?
Yeah. So this is an original staff. You can tell by the way it feels. It's all.
Yeah, that's cool.
But they're
No,
so
I
unique.
didn't even know. I didn't even know they made like other reproduction ones of any of these weapons, because I've just never seen even reproductions for sale. So
His staff is weird because down here, it's not rounded. It's more oval.
oh, weird, huh? Hey, Ghost, how you doing? Good
Hey,
morning.
Chris. Good
Happy New
morning, Chris.
Year. Good to see you, Chris.
But they do not hold on to
They did.
that too
Yes.
well.
They are in the Red 5 book. They are the Ewoks androids line are both in the Red 5 book. Carded and loose and all the details. Yeah, they did a good job with that.
Then the exclusive Boba Fett animated.
Yeah. Now, did you buy that one on card and take it off, or did you paint that one also?
This one I painted because the one that's in this colors isn't the it's more the vintage collection. This is the retro
they
body.
didn't do a retro body with the gotcha.
So I opened a new retro Boba Fett and just painted him.
Yeah, that's good.
Again,
cool.
This is all before the like playing around with you guys. I would do this. I would paint figures. I made all the Chewbacca family from the holiday special when I was competing in 2015. And when I was coming close to a show, because I was so focused on nutrition and exercise, I needed to take a break from my mind. So I started painting, where it took me. I didn't think about nutrition. I didn't think about exercise. I didn't think about posing or anything.
Yeah.
And it was totally zen. It was so relaxing making those. So I started doing a little bit more painting because I love painting.
Well, this might be the similar situation to what you were talking about. So there's carded examples of Wicket the Ewok for $450. Well, this one is his coin is out of the card. The coin part is lifted. But and he doesn't have his spear. There's no spear either. That's gone. That's $450. So that's essentially just the figure in the card back for $450.
Who on what, eBay?
Yeah.
For who? Wicket?
Wicket, yeah. See, I mean, the Wicket is crazy expensive. I'm telling you, he's not even on. Like, that's the only example I've seen so far for sale right now. Like, there's only one so far for sale.
Like, Wicket's arms. I'm trying to move his arms, and they've like probably really never been moved. His head doesn't move, so he's basically a 4 points of articulation. Just his legs look like they could move, and his arms, but his head is one.
Yeah,
solid.
his head is part of the body, right?
Yeah. Same as Logray. Logray is no neck Logray.
Yeah.
They used to call him that in high school.
No neck Logray? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do any of them have movable legs? Their legs don't move, do they?
They do.
Oh, they do move? Okay.
Yep. You can see Logray's leg moves a little bit. See that?
Okay.
And his legs are pink.
Pink.
They are. His legs are
pink. Yeah, right. I'm getting to the end here, right? Yeah, there's only one Wicket for sale right now.
But my favorite Ewok figure that I have, well, it's not a figure. It's actually a Yub Nub enamel pen.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
The Yub Nub enamel. Now, where did you get that Yub Nub enamel pin?
I got that at Lefko's Graphics.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, Lefko's Graphics. So you can order multiple. Actually, I wonder if he still has them. I'm sure he does, right? I have a coin,
don't know.
too.
Some things sell out at Left Coast Graphics, and you might have to like buy them when you see them, because once they sell out, they might never come back again, and they become collectibles. And how are you going to collect them all if you don't get them right away? So
see, I display this right behind my Ewok in the cabinet, just like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
So
I like how it also has a coin.
Yeah, the coin is printed on. It,
Yeah, I know. Look who happens to be here. It is Rick from Left Coast Graphics.
right? He's always
Uh,
he's always there. Is
he's
it what
lurking.
6 a.m. for him?
It's probably like 5 a.m. or so. He's always complaining how
2 or
early this.
3 hours behind. I don't know.
Yeah. So let's go back to sharing our screen here. And how did we do this?
I do have a coin also. If you want to see a
one.
coin,
There we go. Let's go back to sharing our screen here. I will try to zoom in again. Wait, where are we? What am I doing? There we go. Okay. So yeah, it looks like our Wicket Ewok here is the most expensive one. Can I click on them and yeah, we can see more detail. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, it looks like our Wicket Ewok here is the most expensive one.
let me see if I can get mine to hold a staff like that.
Running close to $400. But the only one we saw online.
He does hold it.
So I don't know. I might end up running into the same problem and being like, I might not have Wicket. I don't know, because there was only one available on eBay. Like, how hard is this figure to find? And so we'll see. I mean, I'm not going to ever buy him if I'm not going to spend $400. I'll tell you that much on one figure. So yeah, I don't know if we'll end up getting this one or not, but we'll see what happens throughout the year. I'll just keep watching and keep checking, and yeah, we'll just keep watching, keep checking, and eventually, or like you said, Dean, sometimes these are a similar price on card, and I'd rather, if I'm going to spend that kind of money, I'd rather buy one carded, like in the package.
I wonder if that's the case now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Some of them I think are, like that, because.
Really? When I was buying these, like,
because I know with some of the Dulocks that's the case.
Yeah.
But the Ewoks line was supposed to have a second series, and
zoom in on zoom. I'm looking at it because something you buy stuff and I don't really like focus and look at the figure. But I'm looking at Low Gray right now, and man, this guy is creepy as heck. He's got one lanky eye. Look at him like close. I don't know, maybe you probably see him better there, but like one of his eyes is closed.
Yeah, like here's his face. Here's a picture of his face.
I mean, they did a fantastic job making these.
Yeah, he's got one eye open, one eye closed. Yeah,
I was like, is the paint rub? Because this is brand new out of the package, and I'm like, there's no way he's got paint rub. And then I look closer, and I'm like, no, his eye's closed. That's so funny. But like, I mean, they did a fantastic job back in making these.
Yeah.
Mine even looks better than that one that they have shown here.
Yeah, these are either from Chris B's collection or from Gus Lopez's collection, I'm sure.
Oh, okay. Not bashing on your collection.
No. He that's the thing. I haven't talked to Chris in probably 6 years, so I don't know what's going on with them. You can see the Jedi Business logo on all the photos still. These were like Chris would buy one or two of every single figure as they came out. 3.75 inch, I think, is his size, and he would add them to the Jedi Business archive. But it seems that GalacticFigures.com is showcasing the Jedi Business pictures now, and I don't know if that means Chris is no longer doing it, or if it changed names, or like what the deal is with this, But anyway, Ewoks was supposed to have a second series. It was unproduced Star Wars Ewoks figures. He has a little blurb here. Just like the Star Wars Droids line, Kenner planned to release a second wave in 1986 for the Ewoks line.
but the figures were never released. The second wave was going to feature 6 new figures based on the Ewoks cartoon. And he says, yeah, these are from Gus. So a big thank you goes to Gus Lopez for sharing the prototypes with us. So, yeah, these are from Gus's collection. So Gus has the Bondo, Chief Chirpa, Chitter. Why is the guy's name is basically Shitter? You know, like, what
is that? Look at. I don't think I've seen these.
Morag, Poplu, and Weechi. So we can take a look at them. So Bondo here. Now this is, in my opinion, this is what Stan Solo should be making. Yeah. Because there was also, like, if you look in the plans, I'm not sure if they made any prototypes, but they had another set of figures after the last 17. There was going to be another like 10 figures coming out in 1986 or 87 that were new figures. So I mean, I know one of them was going to be Grand Moff Tarkin and stuff like that, but they never I don't even think they made prototypes of those. They just had them on a drawing board, right? And like there were other little vehicles and stuff too that were going to come later in the line. And what I think is people like Stan Solo and those guys, they should be making those figures, not reproducing Yak Face and EV-99 and stuff like that. They should be making this figure, Bondo, you know, and because I think a lot of people would want, like, I want these. I would want this whole second wave, you know.
You know how much these things would cost if they produced these?
Why would they cost any more than a regular one?
Because it would probably be like it's the next year, and they would have been even more rare. Because
yeah, like I see what you're saying. Like if they did make them back in the day,
if they made them back in the day. This guy almost looks human.
Chief Chirpa.
Is that Chirpa?
Yeah, that's Chief Chirpa.
Oh yeah. I didn't look on top.
And then we got Shitter. Here's Shitter.
This one's horrible.
His name is actually Chitter. So it's like he really is
laughing.
He really is named Shitter, basically.
I wonder if that was his name in the show.
I don't even remember this guy in the show, to be quite frank. I can't remember an episode that had a Kung Fu Ewok. No. So I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder.
And then, but I do, I mean, Chief Chirpa, and I remember Bondo. I remember Morag. Morag was she was a villain of theirs for a while.
He would battle Yoda.
Yeah. That's a really rough figure, though. The prototype is really rough. I'm sure it would have been better detailed when it came out. You almost can't see her eyes. And then here's Poplu. Poplu would have been great. Look at that figure. Definitely. That's a cool figure.
Yeah, he is.
And he comes with one of those horns. Ba, 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 ba.
Yeah, he looks like Western. Like he's going to quick draw.
There you go. Yeah, he's Clint Eastwood. And then we have Weechi. Weechi was the older, wiser one that ran around with Wicket and the Ewoks. But you notice they didn't do... They should have done Nisa, and they didn't do her.
Yeah.
Like, you'd think you would do, like, not the adults, but the other ones that ran around. Because you followed Poplu, Weechi, and Wicket and Nisa around doing their adventures. And they would run into Low Gray, and they would run into Chief Chirpa and have to talk to them. But it's like they weren't in every episode. You were following Wicket and Nisa around.
Paul Chato did the voice of Poplu.
Did he? Who is that in the chat? Is that in the chat? Someone talking about it?
Tim just popped it up.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I would love to get us the second wave, like in some kind of reproduction form. That would be pretty cool to have.
Yeah.
And since I've got the 4 Dulocks, I'll get low gray, but Wicket, I don't know what's going to happen with Wicket now. We've seen those prices, and there's only one available on eBay at the moment. I think he's going to be very difficult to track down, let alone find for under $100. Because I won't spend more than $100. You know, like for any figure, my upper limit might be 150. You know what I mean? I might go.
Yeah, you might have to start changing your rules.
No, because
closer towards the end.
It's not a rule set arbitrarily. It's what I can actually afford. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dean, I only get like $400 or $500, like $500 every 2 weeks or $600 every 2 weeks. It's not. I'm not a millionaire. You know, I don't make a shitload of money. The only reason I can put forward, you know, some of the money I do towards toys is because my condo is paid for 100%.
Yeah.
The bills are not that expensive here. Like I might spend $100 a month in bills. But
you do have a box of you said you're going through a bunch of stuff that you have to sell, get rid of because
that's
you just
true.
don't
Yeah.
want it. Maybe
it's
you
not
could use that money.
It's not just a box. It's probably going to be a storage shed full of stuff that I gotta sell.
So you could probably instead of buying multiple toys, put the money towards one Grail toy.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. Because the other problem is we'll get into this. I think maybe next week or a couple weeks down the road. The other problem is this line.
Yeah,
the Star Wars droids line, because these Tig From and Sisse From, if you go on and look around eBay and Mercari and online sales like Facebook groups and stuff, there's not a single one for sale on anywhere on the entire internet.
I don't think I've ever seen those two. Can you click on them?
Yeah, they're not for sale anywhere on any online thing on the internet at all. Yeah. So, but there are carded versions for sale, and on card, they're selling for $1,000 to $2,000. You know, so
I'm gonna add Rick. All right.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, go ahead. I'm not gonna spend $1,000 on this figure. You know what I mean?
Do it.
Do it, Rick. Yeah, Rick's like, do it.
You could hear me?
We can now.
Yeah, but I wasn't in the room yet. Those are the last two I need.
Sisse From and Tig From?
Sig From and Ting From, the bros.
Yeah.
I've never seen this figure before. This definitely I'd never seen.
Sig From and Tig From.
But
well,
these
are a page.
Okay, these are a lot easier to do the accessories, because this is an IG-88 gun. This is a Zuckuss gun. This is the gun from Squid Head. This is a black Stormtrooper blaster. This is a black Stormtrooper blaster. He comes with the accessory from 21B, and Gundy is the hard one. It's a black version of Ree's weapon.
Yeah.
So for the time being, if I get a Gundy without a weapon, I could put Ree's gold one in his hand. But if I find a black one down the road, he'll get a black one. But everybody else, you've already got the weapons in your collection. You know what I mean? But technically, Jan Tosh, the IG-88 gun is black for him. But mine came with a blue one. I've already got him, and he came with a blue one. So
it's a blue-black one, so it's not that rare. But Jan, the other guy, Thal Jobin, he is the only figure that comes with a black Imperial blaster. The guy with the pink ball.
Thal Jobin.
So he only came with a black Imperial
with the black
blaster.
Okay.
The Luke Stormtrooper also came with a blue black blaster as well as a black blaster. So I just sold my carded Thal Jobin with a black Imperial blaster, I think $350 last week.
So was Keziban's like blue black? It's not a black, solid black.
He had both.
Oh, either one. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
But I've only seen blue black. I've never seen a black. People may say, "Oh, it comes with black." It doesn't just come in black. It came with more blue than anything. But the Thal Jobin one is the one true.
That's black.
Yeah. Black blaster. So if it's on a card and it's sealed, you know you got a black blaster. So I just sold mine and it only got top dollar because of that stupid blaster.
Wow.
But yeah,
but these are all fairly, like, the human figures, like my Jan Tosh I got for like $60 with the weapon. Mm-hmm. And then Thal Jobin, I actually just bought Thal Jobin for $40, but no weapon. But I have a black blaster, so I didn't need the weapon. So I was happy spending $40 for him without the weapon. And then I already have Kezaban and Jord. I think I just made the deal for Jord. Let me see what.
Yeah, he's got the Zuckus rifle.
Yeah, let me see what I can't remember what I paid for Jord, but I did just make a deal for Jord.
I really like the Kezaban figure. Like,
yeah, he's cool.
He's very original, kind of like Hammerhead.
There's a custom 1985 Jan. How is this a custom?
Jord I paid $65 for. He's right here. So yeah, it was $65 for this guy. And then Kia Mall, I was watching one and she went up over $80 without the weapon, because I'm buying them without the weapons because I own many multiple of all these weapons. I got extras, so I can just give them to them when I get the figures. So it's cheaper for me just to buy them without the weapons. But I saw Kia was like $80 to $100 just for her without her weapons, so she might be a little bit more expensive. And same with Uncle Lundy.
Gray Bespin blaster.
Yeah, gray Rebel blaster.
So similar to Squid Head. It's not a rare one.
Yeah, exactly. And I've got 2 or 3 of Squid Head blasters, so I'm okay with that.
And then Uncle ugly. It's an ugly.
Yeah, it's terrible looking. Yeah,
one of the worst heads.
Look at her face. It's like, what the hell?
But here's what I'm not going to call them official Left Coast theories. These are great characters for Jon Favreau to pull out of his toy box and throw them into Mandoverse without a doubt. Yeah. So I don't know anything. I just think we'll probably see 1 or 2 of these human characters just even walk by or actually have a role in the Mandoverse.
Well, they should do Uncle Gundy. I like this guy.
Absolutely.
He's cool.
Or even in the Bad Batch. Maybe they show up, in a cafe or something in cartoon form in their cool Kenner colors, right?
John, I found on eBay
But stop looking at eBay for this
shit. The big guy with the robe.
Yeah.
On card for $2,100.
Yeah, right? Isn't he? It's crazy. That's what I'm saying.
Unpunched,
on card.
Yeah. Bubble.
They're only available on card. They're nuts.
So this I was mentioning earlier in the chat when I was still sleeping. Pro custom figures are professionally injection molded figures. Somebody re-sculpted these in 3D form because it's the modern day and age.
Yeah.
So he made all the unproduced droids figures first. And cool. I have all of those. I did buy all of those when they came out, and they're freaking badass. Now he's on to the unproduced Ewoks, and these are the first 2 that you can order right now. And the coins are done. He's got photos of the finished coins, and there's prototypes of the first 2 unproduced Ewoks, Chief Chirpa and Morag.
Does he sell them unpainted? Because I've seen unpainted.
Not that I know of. The Boba Fett he did sell gray, because Boba Fett looks cool as a prototype gray. But no, not as far as I know. If you wanted to pay extra money, I'm sure you could probably not get these prototypes from him. But so
the only reason I asked was because I do see them. I saw online there's a Wicket the Ewok unpainted, and there I saw
the porcelain figures.
Some of those ones that are unpainted.
There's a guy on Instagram making all retro toys out of actual porcelain, and they're freaking brilliant and phenomenal. So everything's all white. And porcelain. Like if you drop it, they smash into a billion pieces.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Like he made like a Kenner Princess Leia in porcelain. Jabba the Hutt with all the accessories in porcelain, which I'm sure Bob will buy. Skeletor, like other figures and stuff. And he posts little videos of how he makes it, and it's very interesting. If you're not a clay modeler or any kind of, into that craft, you work with it in a soft form, and then you glaze it and you put it in a kiln and it becomes shiny and hard, right? It's freaking beautiful, like watching them make these things.
What is this? Oh, is he sell them on Facebook? Facebook.com?
Facebook's his main social media. He's grown over the years. Like when he sold a lot of those unproduced, like Rocket Fire and Boba Fett he made. And see, he's not Stan Solo. He's not making like Yak Face and Blue Stan.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like some of these guys should be making like the custom.
And they are. There's several makers now doing exactly what we want them to do, John. It's finally happening. People are making these cool retro figs that we never had as a kid. So I will get these. Like they're gonna end up costing, $75, $100 US each. But you know what? It's your only chance to get professional quality, injection molded, hand painted, art figures, custom figures, whatever you want to call them.
What's his name on Facebook so I can follow him?
Pro Custom Figures.
Pro Custom.
Now everybody gets their phone out.
Oh, there he is.
Facebook
Yeah.
Instagram. Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook. I found him.
Yeah, so you can go to PayPal right now and order these for
top one.
$172.
For the two of them?
Yeah. And I am highly recommending. Like I have several of his figures, the unproduced droids, and they're fucking awesome, man. Like they're bloody brilliant. I've showed them off on my YouTube channel, and I think you guys were both there with me. So
yeah, let me show you what his.
If I was 3/4 awake, I would literally grab them.
Let me show the.
Because they're so far away, they're almost 18 inches away from me, John.
I know, it's incredible how far away
you don't want to pull out your back.
I have that. What you see in that photo, I have that wave.
Yeah,
beautiful.
I'd love to have these. Yeah, because this is the one. This guy especially should have been made in the regular droids line.
He was a key character in the final couple episodes, right?
What was his name again?
It's too early in the morning, John.
This is Mon Jopa. He should have been made. Yeah.
Well, Mon Jopa is Keziban.
Yeah. But they should have made him in the Mon. And then this guy was the bad guy after the Rune Stones.
yeah, exactly.
General Screed, and the dude, and
Screed is cool.
This was the race guy, right? Didn't he host that race that they had to do? And this is another one of the brothers, right?
Well, that's Vlix.
Oh, that's Vlix, yeah. But wasn't he working? Didn't he work with the brothers, the Fromm brothers?
Yep. Yeah, Vlix is in fact the rarest existing Star Wars figure that we will most likely never have. But I did buy this custom reproduction version of Vlix, and it's fucking beautiful. Sorry, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Mondo Baobab, that's his name. Mondo Baobab. Baobab. He's like Baobab. Yeah, that's it.
So I'm looking on the same site, and he sells like a Luke Skywalker X-wing pilot. Like it looks like it would be from like the animated show or something.
But yeah, so a lot of the figures that he is producing, like that 3-pack you see, were sculpted and created by Toy Weaver Customs, who's a very talented
these are like
artist.
Interchangeable. Like it says a pair of hands interchangeable, pair of gloves hand interchangeable.
Pro Customs, a lot of these figures are designed by, like I said, Toy Weaver, and Toy Weaver made that playset himself. He's a lot like me. He's very, very creative, loves the retro feel. So there's Monjulpa. Behold, I am Monjulpa.
Is that how we talk?
Yeah, I was the voice of Monjulpa.
You almost look like him too. You just need the headband.
I'm really always this purple early in the morning.
Morning, Mark.
Yeah, Monjulpa, he's
Blue's
very cool.
Here. Blue Sasquatch, Tim, Mr. B.
We're kind of going off into other territories here, but
this Gaff guy, he's actually very cool because he's
when Rick comes on it, he always fly off the hinges.
And he's got soft goods cape.
Yeah.
Gaff, I think he's Gaff is his name.
You only have one of each?
Only have one of each. Yeah, they weren't cheap.
Well, they have Admiral Screed here for $80. And then so you can get him, and then he has.
And like I said, they are professionally made, like maybe even better than like what you'd get off the shelf from Hasbro. And I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. They're probably made in the same freaking factory, right? So
yeah,
this is not by either of them, but one of my favorite custom figures.
That is pretty cool.
The Lady Fett.
Is that like Princess Leia if she was, if she went in disguise, like instead of Boosh, she dressed
This
up
is a cosplayer on Instagram.
Pretty wild.
And this was made by the very untalented Has No Talent. Has No Talent makes a lot of original, awesome, vintage Kenner style action figures. Again, I don't know if his are professionally injection molded like overseas, but they are professional and they are injection molded and they are hand painted and they're beautiful, beautiful pieces of art.
So I found his store. He's got the Vlix Glasslight version for $70, the Vlix Kenner version for $70, Monjolpa for $80, Admiral Screed for $80, Mongol Baobab for $80, and Governor Kroon for $80.
They're good figures. If it's something you want to get, like I am recommending, order one or two. Like if you're not ordering a lot of Black Series and GI Joes and 6-inch, it's worth it. And maybe start with some of the cheaper ones just to see how you like them, right?
Yeah, Kleb Zellick and Jessica Mead for $80. So they're all $80.
I do have some of the Sand Troopers and stuff too, right? And I have some of the Rebel Troopers. I'm a supporter of the people that make these wicked retro toys.
He's got some Fleet Troopers that should have been made. Yeah.
Yeah, these were designed and sculpted by Toy Weaver Customs. So he is using some existing Kenner figures and re-sculpting them, so they're true authentic Kenner feel, right? And he made these ones with 4 different faces.
Yeah, there's some.
So mustache, no mustache, and
African, Caucasian. Yeah, with and without mustache.
Awesome. And there's 3 or 4 different guys that make these Rebel Troopers that are all a little bit different. So I've got from both, and it's cool because they're a little bit different, but they're the same. They both had the same idea. They were drinking the same herbal tea when they made them up.
You can get all 6 versions of the Troopers for $200, so that saves you.
I think that's what I did.
Yeah, that saves you almost $100.
Yeah, those were a couple of years ago, and you can see the other Ewoks down there that are painted, and you can order now.
Oh yeah, Captain Antilles. He's even got Captain Antilles.
Yeah,
for $50.
Those are all those ones are Toy Weavers.
General Dodonna, that should have been a figure. Yeah.
Luke with a removable helmet, like General Time's doing now.
Yeah, that one comes with interchangeable hands.
Luke, Biggs, and Red Leader.
Sorry, Rolando. No Mexicans.
And he even did the Rogue One guy.
No Mexicans.
I don't know his name, but the Rogue One guy in the blue outfit.
So Anton Merrick. Merrick. There he is.
He's there. He's being smart. Yeah. He's utilizing the molds, right, and just repainting them.
Oh, and then he's even got the card backs for him. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, he did Poor Kids. Dutch Vander. Look at this. This is crazy. Carson Teva, Trapper Wolf.
Yeah, it's a rabbit hole. If you like Kenner Star Wars rabbit holes, it's a good one.
Yeah, this is a cool thing. I'm gonna have to remember this page because.
So if Chris is still in the chat, I'm sorry for sharing this, Chris.
Yeah, he's already on here right now.
He's bought them all.
I don't know him personally, the Pro Custom Figures guy. I believe he is, out of an overseas place. But Toy Weaver Customs. So yeah, those Boba Fett's are cool too. Those are some of the first figures he made. The early prototype looking one. It's a fun one. But the Toy Weaver Customs, he's an awesome, talented sculptor guy.
It's cool because he did them. I remember seeing these two. He did them those were like super early prototypes with the pointy. This yellow one had a different style rocket.
Yeah,
and I remember seeing that. I remember seeing that in archives somewhere. So he even did the real archived versions of some of these prototypes. That's pretty cool.
Oh, I see Chris there. Nice, but I don't do loose figures. You can buy them carded, Chris.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. They're just fun. I love the 5POA stuff.
Yeah, they were on the bottom of this one. I think you had the carded ones. Yeah, like this. It's a kit, so you got $25 for that carded kit. So.
And now there's a guy kind of took the idea and rolled with it. He's got the resealable clamshell for 6x9 cards.
Yeah.
Which should have been made 25 years ago.
Oh, I know. Yeah. It's a good idea sticking that clamshell on the cards. I thought that was amazing.
Like Andy's been showing off some acrylic cases where he's put in a figure and the original card back just for nice display. But these PET clamshells, they do exist now, and they're starting to hit, if comics stores like to buy this stuff, they're buying them up and keeping them in stock now. So ask your comic stores to bring them in if you want to, have them be available in your local community.
Collecting with Cool is here.
Hey, Brett. So did you guys stay up till midnight?
No, I think I was asleep by 10:30.
I did. I watched the Miley Cyrus because I don't have cable and it's the only channel I can get. But they did a good job. Miley Cyrus and her
dad?
No, it was actually Dolly Parton. Her
godmother. Really?
Yeah, Dolly Parton's her godmother.
Dolly Parton could actually be her grandmother. You'd never know.
Yeah, right.
So one other thing that I did, speaking of vintage figures, was when we went through all of the previous figures, I pointed out a problem that I had with my Death Star droid. Uh-oh. So I have this guy stiff, like brand new stiff, but all the black has rubbed off, so he's just pure silver. There's no black on him, and it pissed me off that the only one I have with tight limbs has no black. Or I get them loose like this, where the limbs are super loose, and he's got all the black on there still. So it was very difficult for me to find one with tight limbs and the black paint, and I finally did. I finally found one just the other day, and I was so stoked. He's almost perfect, and so I was like, I can finally put in my collection a Death Star droid that has all his paint and has tight limbs. So I'm like super excited about this. I can't believe that.
He is a tough one to find with the black paint. First off,
yeah.
You can always make figures tight again.
So exactly, with a little string, right?
A little piece of string, dental floss. But
then you've modified. Then you've modified the figure. I don't want to modify them. I want them exactly as it came.
Also, an eye drop of like Coca-Cola or like clear nail polish. Just let it drip in there and dry. And
most of these figures probably have dog and cat hair in the joints, anyways.
Clear nail polish is my recommendation.
The other one that we ran into was all of my C-3POs were this light color. They were lighter. They weren't really gold. And they had like this black and rusty like pin in the back. And when we were doing research on C-3PO, like this is how I remember him as a kid. I remember, and I might, one of the 3POs in my collection might be the one from when I was a kid. But in a lot of these are loose also. You know what I mean? They're pretty, they're not super tight. So I found,
there you go,
a 3PO that's like super gold, and he's got really tight limbs, and has a more golden thing on the back. So I think we determined that there were variants. There was a gold variant like this one, and then a light colored variant like this. Like,
well, do you know what it is that causes that?
You could get both of them packaged, is what I'm saying. So
the yellowish one, the first one, the original body color is red. The second one
underneath, you mean? Yes. Yeah, okay.
The second one is more of a white color. So, and then when they plate them, you get a little bit of different effect of, you know, the sheen or the value of the yellow gold.
Gotcha.
So
I try to see which
in some cases, partial of the figure is red, and the other parts are the white color. So when a little bit of degradation happens on the chrome, you notice it because the darker color, the darker red color underneath, kind of still brings the gold.
Okay, yeah.
I love the vac metal. Some of my favorite stuff.
Yeah, me too. I love the vac metal stuff. So, yeah, I was very happy to find a super gold looking 3PO to add to the thing. So I'm gonna put him up in the collection. So these were just things I picked up. I mean, they were around like $10. They're not expensive. You know, they weren't.
I have an idea for a future show, Super John.
What's that?
Just all vac metal chrome toys.
yeah. I got that vac metal I
can see him on the shelf.
I got that. Oh, you mean like these Iron Man vac metal ones?
Yeah. Well, I thought it was Silver Star. It's kind of but Iron Man, whatever's chrome, have a chrome TV special. That is a cool Iron Man.
I was doing these Iron Man figures that were Toy Biz back in the day, and they got cool vac metal parts. And
I like that one right there. I want it. So
over
that's Toy Biz, or is that older?
That's Toy Biz, yeah.
5-incher?
Yeah, Toy Biz 90s 5-inch figures. Yep.
Okay, I like that chrome one a lot.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. I think that I like the Toy Biz stuff, and I was going through and getting a lot of the Iron Man ones from back then. I still got a couple to get.
Can Blue says he can see his reflection. Is that from my dome?
my droid,
or the chrome droids?
My Death Star droid is like his limbs are like solid.
And you got all the black, yeah. Hang on to that because that's hard to find.
Yeah, that's all the black.
That's in better.
Like the side, where the sides unpainted of his arm.
Yeah.
Just the shoulders.
So he is perfect. He's. What do you think, BOE? What do you give him for a grade?
He is pretty perfect.
A C85.
Yeah, there you go.
$11. What do you think? Going once? So how much would a minty one of him go for?
Well, like I said, I paid $10 for that one, so it's not that much. I mean, that's why it's like no excuse for.
But what I'm saying is, like, if he's like somewhat, see, this one's kind of loose a little bit, not real loose, but like, you know, his leg will drop. So that could be like a $10 figure. But if his limbs were totally stiff and his color was perfect, could it turn into like $100 figure?
I don't know.
Zero difference. You can post.
I don't think it's that much of a jump, but
that's what I'm getting at.
Of a nice shiny C-3PO on eBay from every angle. Don't even mention its arms or legs, and you'll still sell it for the same price as one that's never been cracked. Like it's just a silly thing that people think adds value to stuff, and it absolutely does not.
I bet
if someone's willing to pay $10 for it, it's worth $10.
I bet this guy is probably the price would definitely vary because of the paint.
Yeah, but how do you know? You're looking at a photo. Like no one's gonna take a photo of him like this to prove to you that his legs are.
Yeah, but you could say tight joints and paint is near perfect. Because you can't really say perfect but this one I'd say is perfect.
But you can't say it yet, Tito.
I mean, in description, if you're gonna sell it. If you were going to sell this, I don't know if I'd put down perfect because somebody could be like, oh, the line's not perfectly straight, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Looking at him, I think he's like perfect.
Hey, Gary. Hey, Mark at Blue Harvest. Collecting with Cool. Hello.
Well, I don't think, with G-Force's comment, I don't think the painting it red or white was the reason. Like, in a way it was. Like, they had to pick a perfect color to plate with. But in the same way, it might be just whatever freaking color they had in the machine at the time, and they knew they were going to paint over it anyway, so it didn't matter if the arms and the heads matched and if they were all red, because some of them are like a rusty brown, faded orange.
Mine's shiny gold, like.
But much like if you're painting actual chrome, like a silver chrome, the base coat underneath, like the undercoat layer. Black is what makes the chrome really pop. Like if you paint chrome on top of white, it stays white. Like it doesn't stay white, but it doesn't pop to have that depth of value that the black transparency through the black has. So there is a method to the madness, right?
But see, like even Mark at Blue Harvest is saying he goes $20 at most because there's no accessories and those are super common figures. So the tight joint.
I don't believe anything Mark says.
I would never pay more than $20 for.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean,
Star Wars figure.
Like I said, both of these were around $10. The 3PO that's stiff with gold and the one that I consider is pretty near perfect. Death Star was $10. So that's why I bought them because I'm like, oh, they're just $10. I'll grab those because I need them. I want to put better versions in my cabinet, you know.
So the three of us agree that vintage Star Wars figures are the best ever, right?
Oh, of course we do. Yeah.
I can't believe the
talking about mentions both colors for 3PO, but doesn't give a reason like Rick. Rick's reason is what makes sense, but yeah, I get what you're saying. So there kind of are two versions of 3PO. So now instead of upgrading this one to this one, I got to put both of these in the cabinet as two variants. Okay.
Yeah, I like the real bright yellow gold looking C-3POs. Like, even with my real gold, like, you know, because I wear so much jewelry, like that nice yellow gold that's usually, you know, from India or, you know, the Middle East. It's just that it looks different. It definitely looks a lot different than white gold, which I guess is the term.
Vintage is the best.
I hope your collection's growing, Brandon. Even if it's just one figure every couple of months.
I sent him a bunch of loose figures over a year.
What's up? What's up, Lack? Lack Attack is in
Lack.
Hey, morning, Lack.
Lack is in the.
So Lack is. I told Lack's buddy has a lot of the black hole figures and a lot of unproduced black hole stuff. I wonder if it's legit. I know we're going off target, but off topic, but
oh, that's the picture you showed me, right, Dino?
Yeah, I think it was Lack's buddy. He wanted people to follow. So, Lack, we got to talk. I'm kind of curious on a few things.
Is he selling them or something?
Yeah, I like the black hole. We'll have to do a black hole special once.
Yeah.
I don't really have. I have one figure from the black hole.
Rick was saying Reaction was teasing that they might do some black hole stuff.
Yeah, I've got some of them. I don't have all of them.
I'm only missing the one that John has. Actually, I think two of them. The guy that's head popped at the end. I'm missing him, and I'm missing what was it, Kate?
Okay. I have the guy in the white suit, whatever he was.
Yeah, there was two of them.
Yeah, I got the guy in the red.
I think he was supposed to have a cape or something. I don't know.
No.
I have everyone but the humanoid.
He's just an old guy in a white suit. That's all it is.
Yeah, two black. Well, there was the captain and the younger guy, right?
Okay.
It's weird that none of us know the names of any of the characters in the black.
Yeah,
hole.
yeah.
It was that much of an impact on our lives.
No, I loved the black hole back in the day with Bob and Maximilian and Vincent.
Yeah.
Because we only remember Bob and Maximilian and Vincent.
And Vincent,
we would love Star Wars because that was like right after Star Wars, right?
Yeah, we can name every background alien cantina in Star Wars, and like the guy who held the microphone boom in minute 42 of episode 5.
That's why I bought Clash of the Titans figures, because they went good with the Star Wars figures.
I like the Clash of the Titans. It's a small little collection.
Yeah.
What 4 figures and a horse, right? So, and all 4 figures have the same weapon.
There's more than 4.
It's cool. It's a cool little set. I do really like it. I may try to de-yellow my Pegasus horse. It has a couple of spots in his wings, in his like armpits, that have kind of yellowed. So I don't want to because it may harm the toy, but I want him to be white again.
Oh, did Dave pop in? Vintage Toy Rush? There he is. Look at that. Hey.
Hey, Dave.
Oh, Mr. B's here too.
Morning, guys.
Good to see you guys.
Excuse without my makeup and my hair today. Sorry.
And Rolando, thanks for all the links again, Rolando. I appreciate you doing the links and stuff.
Yeah.
Rolando stayed up all night, man, just so he could mod this chat. He deserves awards. Cheers, Rolando.
Yeah, he's awesome at putting out links and stuff. I don't know how does he do it so quick?
He's got 3 arms, I swear.
Yeah,
You know that monkey guy in Solo that's got all the arms?
Yeah.
That's Rolando.
Did you guys, speaking of droids and Ewoks, and you guys were talking about how some of this stuff might show up in
why not
in the future things. But do you do know that they already use some of those characters, right? Like
well, I think they copy the look of some of them. In the Bad Batch, they had those girls with the half.
Well, I'm saying in the prequels.
Maybe.
The droids cartoon.
Yeah, now Reactions might be making some Battlestar Galactica too. I saw some guys talking the other day. They said if there's enough interest, they will make them. And finally, we have Cylons with legs that move.
Definitely
I need a gold Cylon. I don't have a gold Cylon, sadly.
Yeah, this is the only.
Yeah, I need the gold Cylon also. Yeah.
I think he's the.
You have your weapon with your Cylon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got a few weapons.
Cool gun, huh? Look at that.
Yeah.
It's a weird figure, man, with just a turning waist and pre-posed like weak way arms.
There is a little dot in his eye.
Yeah, a little red dot. I remember seeing Cylons at Universal in 1984 when I went, because it was currently on TV, was the A-Team and Battlestar Galactica. So that was the best. And Back to the Future 2 and 3 were being currently filmed. So it was by far the best time to ever go to Universal Studios was when the A-Team and Battlestar Galactica were on TV and Back to the Future was in the theaters. I'll always remember that.
My Cylon is like minty, man. His legs are so tight you can't even move them.
Yeah, I got
tight those legs are. They won't even move.
I've got 2 or 3 Cylons, and one of them's like that, and the chrome is really nice. I got one really good one, a couple badish.
Look how
I've kept every one I've ever found, so I probably have 6.
Yeah, I didn't put the gun like that. I actually put the trigger hand on the gun and under his armpit.
Yeah, we talked about this on a
stream,
right?
Yeah.
What, you made him left-handed?
No, he said his right hand, but it's just tucked under his arm. You know?
Gotcha. Yeah.
Like the stock is resting under his arm, like he's going to shoot the gun. You know. I think the way that he has it means he's left-handed because he's got the trigger. He's got the trigger in his left hand, you know.
This is how he's supposed to hold it, though.
I know we went through that. Yeah. It was according to the box. I don't know if that's how he's supposed to hold it. Well, it's the guy who took the photo thought that's how he's supposed to hold it. So
that's the best way he actually holds it. The way his hands are, though. You think? How do you have yours?
I have.
That's what I'm saying. I have the gun, the trigger handle gun, the part with the handle is in his right hand, and then the stock is under his arm. You know?
I get it. Yeah.
Good because that's what the stock is for. You rest that against your shoulder, hold the trigger, and put your hand under, and you shoot, and the shoulder takes the impact of the.
This one has waist swivel.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Now I lost the weapon.
You'll never find it.
That's pretty big.
See that the thing with the photos on the boxes on the packaging, like I don't take that as that's how it's supposed to go, because if that were true, then Admiral Akbar is the pilot of the Y-wing, and that's not true. You know what I mean? Like, it's the guy who took the photo just made shit up. You know, he doesn't know. In some cases, they didn't even know who the figures were. The guy taking the photo for the art for the toy didn't even know what the toy was or how it. You know, in a lot of cases, because otherwise they wouldn't have put Admiral Akbar flying the Y-wing. You know what I mean? At the time, he had no clue who Admiral Akbar was.
But John, if you put the weapon like this, his hand is molded perfectly to where the butt of the gun fits perfectly in there.
So does the trigger hand.
I'd have to call you wrong on that.
So does the trigger hand. If you put that in there, it fits perfectly.
No, I think you're wrong. We'll have to have a vote.
JT says the box art is canon. Admiral Akbar does fly the Y-wing. It's in the movie.
Chrome has lost permission to keep. What? Don't tell me that.
See, my problem with fixing these Kenner figures and stuff is because they're 40 odd years old. Like I think about this even with modern toys. Like, so you go buy a Black Series figure, and if I paint that figure, okay, like if I ran across, say, like in some kid's collection, a Star Wars figure from the 70s or 80s, and the guy had painted it red and blue, you know, I would be like, that's a trash figure. It's worth $0. It's absolutely nothing. It's a garbage thing that you just should throw away. Garbage. Yeah, you should just throw it away. It's just nothing. So I have the same feeling about today. Like 40 years from now, these Black Series figures that we're collecting now will be vintage figures. So if you paint them and alter them now
40 years from now, they're going to be worth $0. They're just junk. They're garbage things that someone screwed up by painting them. And I feel that way if you put glue in the joints or if you put strings or anything to try and tighten them up. You've now made that figure like a complete garbage thing. It's trash. It's worth not. It's just so I can't do that.
Brandon says he's up to 63 figures. That's awesome.
So I can't. Brandon. I just can't do that. I will not modify. I will not modify a vintage item at all. If it's loose and all the paint's gone, it's worth more to me loose and with all the paint gone than if I put glue or strings in it. It's like
I understand that, but I think some of the droids they're almost all loose except for my minty Death Star droid that's complete mint.
Because I have more than 100 Kenner Stormtroopers. There are many that have been.
That's why we can't find them on eBay because Rick has them all.
So
exactly.
They've had peroxide baths. Maybe a couple have had the black paint touched up on their hands. Because I will never sell them. Like they'll never be added to someone else's collection unless they.
But you will never sell them. But
when you die,
when you die, someone's going to sell them.
Except my stuff's not being sold.
How is that my freaking problem?
Yeah. When I die,
when I'm dead at that point. Then
see,
I want the world to be all repro.
In upstate New York, where I grew up, I built an underground vault that goes down about 300 feet with stone walls and all this stuff. And I'm being buried in there with there's little insets to put all my collection up.
Oh man!
So and there's a coffin, like a big sarcophagus. There's a big sarcophagus. So I'm being mummified, buried in the sarcophagus, and surrounded by all my vintage toys. So it's all go, and then it's going to be sealed like a tomb. There's going to be like big giant rock walls that seal it shut. So when someone will find it in 1,000 years. That's how I die. That's where I'm going.
When my stepdad passed away, him and I were we liked the California raisins and stuff like that. We liked the commercial, and I collected some of the toys. And when he passed away, I put a couple of the stuffed California raisins in the coffin with him.
Yeah.
So I told my kids
that when you pulled them out.
Yeah, when I told my kids if I pass and I don't want them to, I'd rather them sell my collection than put valuable things in the casket with me. You know what I mean?
To be fair, when I die, some of my friends like you guys will probably get to cherry pick my collection and let my family sell the rest. Like that. To be fair, I'm
just taking all your pins.
Yeah,
that's right.
No, realistically, all my stuff is in a trust. We have a trust, and my entire collection is actually in the trust. So
is it called In Left Coast We Trust?
Hey, Rick, I would absolutely love if you made a pin of like a slave Leia. I mean, that would
give me a second. Hey, John, pull this up.
Incredible if you did that.
Hut Slayer, like there should be a Hut Slayer pin or something. Yeah. Oh wait, what do we have here?
What?
Wow.
What is this?
This will be available to pre-order at noon today.
Amazing. It even has a coin.
That is awesome. I love it.
Look at the great coin.
Yeah, so
wow. Yeah,
right.
Working on that for the past couple of days, and then we got
past couple of days.
The screen share. Oh, I'm going to share a different screen now.
Okay.
You get one screen share per stream, Rick.
Hey, I paid top dollar.
Greedy.
Oh, look at that! The Enamelian guard.
Oh, you made one with. I have the one where he's the actor.
Yeah. So this is not the actor. This is a real pig guy.
So you've never made the pig guy yet? Like with
no.
the. Oh, no kidding.
No,
this is great. I love this one. This is awesome.
I made Steve Constantino the actor. Yeah, so I got 2 pins available to pre-order at noon left coast time today. Thank you very much for your support. If you've ever ordered a pin for me, and if you did, I appreciate it. It helps me stay alive. This is my main source of income, is selling these pins on a monthly basis. So thank you very much in advance for your support. If it means the world to me. You guys don't even understand. If you don't buy these pins for me, I will have to be like a garbage man and do like labor work.
Yeah.
And I'm old. I'm 29 years old. I can't do all that labor
That's
stuff.
what I do for work. I'm a garbage man.
Did you do a Job of the Hut yet, Rick?
I did a Job of the Hut patch. I will eventually do a Job of the Hut in a box as a pin. But I kind of
selfie series pins.
Selfie series. That's a good idea. I can do that Dino the Machino with the Rocky Porno wig.
The problem with that is doing one or two pins of each of us would be really the cost would be astronomical, right? You gotta. Don't you want to order
retail?
Don't you want to order like 100 of them or something to get the break?
You do, but you can order 50. It costs a little more, yeah.
And Ghost wants you to expand into other lines.
Oh, for sure, Chris. I have drawn a couple of characters that just haven't shown yet. But for now, I would like to finish the 92, the 96 plus of the Kenner Star Wars that we all know and love. But we'll see. I want to do Bigfoots too, because Bigfoot's my favorite, and I want to do Mr. T. So I want to do stuff that I love. But if there's demand for stuff that you all love, then absolutely.
So let me talk about the patches real quick. So if you've never gotten a patch from Rick, and I'm not like joking, man, these things are so detailed, and like this feels like scaly.
Yeah, I'm very happy with those.
Image. These are very well made. I would love to put this on something, but the jacket probably wouldn't last as long as these things would. And look at the
the bantha, yeah.
It's like fur.
That's cool.
Look at that.
That's real bantha fur. Like I went to the Lucasfilm.
It's like a shag carpet. It's like a shag carpet.
And I thieved a scalp from a woolly bantha.
Like these are just so cool. So what I want to do is I want to put Velcro on the back of these, and then put Velcro here, and then on my denim jacket have the other side of Velcro. But what I'd like to do is the part that has the Velcro that's already attached to the coat. I want it to have the border, the Star Wars border. Instead of just like a black piece of Velcro. So is there any way you could do something like that, Rick?
Tell you what, follow Padawan Patches on Instagram. He's one of my fellow swag makers.
The problem.
There's a few patch makers that have some cool ideas that I can't just steal their ideas, but I will share some of their ideas and encourage you to give them some business as well. Yeah, I love making the card backs as well. It's all about presentation.
Yeah. The problem
come on, how cool is that?
Dean, the problem with doing that is you wouldn't want to wear that out in public anywhere if it's on the back of your jacket.
Why? Too many chicks?
Well, because like I have a backpack that I take to conventions, okay, and I put all my pins on the backpack. And when I got to my hotel, I spent one day in the thing. Got to my hotel, and all the pins were pulled off my backpack.
Yeah, you gotta
They stole, the push pin ones that had they stole the ones that they could just pull off. And
they just fell off. They do fall off.
No, I mean, I've had the ones on my hat for like 10 years and they're still there. But it's
I recommend there's little locking backers you can get that you tighten with a little Allen key.
Oh, nice.
They're like 50 cents a pair or something. So I don't.
I'm pretty sure people stole them because because like throughout the day, I would feel people bumping, like doing stuff, and I'm like, "What's going on back there?" You know, and
oh, really?
And I never thought they were actually trying to steal the pins. I thought they were like trying to unzip the bag and get into the comics that were in there to be signed, you know, and stuff like that. Because I know people will watch. You're getting like Superman #1 signed by Joe Siegel or something, and you're like, what the hell? That, you know, that's got to be worth $100,000, and he just put it in his backpack, you know. So they'll try to open your backpack and steal those comics. But so that's why I always thought was going on, but really they were stealing pins off the back, you know.
But my denim jacket, I would only do it like on Saturday toy hunts and stuff like that.
Or when we meet up for like annual, you know, gang meetings.
So you're not doing there's no fitness. There's no fitness today?
No fitness today. I think the 8th, we're gonna get back together.
G-force, what are you, 4 years old?
What happened?
No, he's like, wear the backpack in front. And it's like, what the
watch the 21 Jump Street movie? You got a one shoulder slang it.
Yeah. I eventually hurt my
2 more hours, John.
No, I gotta go. I gotta get some food and eat before Lego studs.
Is there Lego studs today? I haven't seen any advertisements.
Oh, is there? I have a chicken coop to build. We gotta build my chickens. The home.
Oh, and I saw Chris got the Sesame Street building, man. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Really?
I didn't even know that existed.
That's
it's
one
awesome.
Of my favorite ones too.
Is it new?
Sesame Street.
I've been waiting for it to come back in the warehouse so we can buy them, but they're not.
So it is kind of new?
Oh, there is no Lego studs today.
No, I didn't
Sesame
think
Street.
So.
Sesame Street came out over a year ago, right?
Aw. All right. Well, I'll save the Lego stud. I'll save the Lego for the future if Lego studs comes back. What'd you say, Geekstrong?
I said the Sesame Street came out over a year ago, right?
Yeah, I think it did. Yeah.
It's cool. I remember having that. I don't know. Was Play School Fisher Price?
I have one.
Yeah,
I have the Play School one, and that's going to be in I think Toy Room Tour Part 9, maybe.
Woohoo!
Yeah, there we go. We'll play some games with Brandon in a little bit. I got to get some breakfast. I still haven't had breakfast, so I got to get some breakfast before.
I've only had one coffee, and it's like 3 a.m. No, it's 6 a.m. here now.
Yeah, let's play some Friday the 13th.
Yeah,
can we?
Violence in your morning.
Yeah. I looked online, and there's no more online play.
There's no multiplayer. Yeah.
There's no multiplayer. Yeah.
I should do a 2,000-hour live stream.
Yeah. Anyway, I do want to go to get some breakfast. So,
all right.
So next week, if those droids figures come in, we'll look at some droids figures, and if I get the I did buy a $20 battle wagon for the Robin Hood Sherwood Forest, and I actually don't think we've looked at the Robin Hood figures. I have them all carded, and I got a lot of them open as loose figures as well. So it might be cool to kind of focus on. It might be cool to focus on Robin Hood next week. So maybe next week we'll do some Robin Hood.
I only have the Jabba the Hutt one.
Was that Prince of Thieves? What was that movie? Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, right?
Yeah, Kevin Costner and
Kevin Costner.
The new star of Willow, Christian Slater.
Yeah, that's right. Christian Slater was in Willow. Yeah.
Fit right in. Like I'm like, wait a minute, was he in
Willow? As soon as I heard,
it was not.
As soon as I heard the voice, I was like, "That's Christian Slater."
So, are you caught up on Willow, John?
I think so. Yeah.
Is it silly and as fun as I am enjoying it? Like,
I enjoy it. Yeah.
It has parts that are so stupid that I love it.
On Willow, you like Willow?
Yeah,
like
when
they play the Beach Boys at the end, and you're like,
yeah,
why are they playing a song called "I Wish They Could All Be California Girls" and they're in like a fantasy world? And I still love it, man. There's something about it that brings me back to 1979 or whenever it came out. Like gives me the feels. We'll see Warwick Davis on screen with the long hair kind of gives me the feels too, right? Like even if he said nothing, just seeing him on there holding a little stick going is freaking magical.
Morgan Freeman was in the Electric Company too, right?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
The vampire guy.
Okay.
I remember the Electric Company. I watched that.
Yeah, he was the big tall guy.
Hey, you guys. Right. We'll end it at that.
All right.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Val Kilmer to show up on the Willow show and make my
He's
day.
Gonna make an appearance. He has to. Yeah.
Well, rumor has it there is a season 2 coming, and they're saving it for season 2.
They can't just talk about him. They got to show him at one point.
I think they tried, but because of COVID, it wasn't possible.
Huh. So anyways, yeah, come back next week and we will try to do some Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Look at the battle wagon. We'll figure out what parts we need because I don't think it's complete. And then we will look at the figures and go through them, look at some carded figures. If anybody has the Sherwood Forest Ewok Village, because Robin Hood reused a lot of Kenner stuff. Maybe we could look at that, Rick. Maybe you could pull it down and we could look at that if you're awake.
You have the show, the forest?
No, I don't, but Rick does.
Oh, for sure. I got many.
What?
Yeah.
Many.
Yeah.
I have many forests.
See,
I have 3 or 4. I think I have like 2 Ewok ones and 1 Kenner one, and at one time I did try to build them all together.
Yeah, that's cool. I just want cool. I want the Ewok village, but I want the greenery from Robin Hood.
Yeah, the greenery is the best part.
Yeah.
So I think it would look awesome with it.
You want to combine the two into one.
You can't really get those.
You can try and stack them taller too, but it's not.
Yeah,
it's not very safe.
Hot glue.
Unless you hot glue it, exactly.
Yeah.
I heard he's doing okay. I saw an update on him just recently, like a couple weeks ago on Entertainment Tonight.
Yeah.
Because of Willow.
He had throat cancer. Val Kilmer had throat cancer, but he had an operation and they removed the cancer. But now he can't really talk, and he's not doing too well because of that. But
watch the documentary. I think it's on Prime called Val.
Yeah.
Freaking brilliant, man.
It's good. And he also has he made an appearance. He made an appearance in.
What the heck is he doing, man?
He jumps on my furniture and knocks shit over, and I freaking hate it, man.
Yeah.
Because it's got this much water in its dish, man, and it's like, really, dude? It's 4 a.m. Give me a moment to wake up.
What you fish?
My cat. I drowned my goldfish on purpose. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have any fish. Cats are weirder than children and wives, and
the Robin Hood figure, Friar Tuck makes a good Jabba the Hutt from the special edition.
Yeah, those are cool figures.
That's how I have mine set up. I took him off the card just so I could make the Jabba the Hutt special edition.
Well, I missed the
only
first,
like a $10 figure, anyways, right?
I missed the first hour of your show, John, because like it is 3 a.m. and I do sleep. But
sometimes.
So I see you got that Ewok lot, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, the Ewok lot looks awesome.
Yeah, the Dulux. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. 2 of those figures I ripped off cards to put in my loose collection.
I did.
that's what he did with the shaman. He said.
And same with the Ewoks.
With low gray.
Yeah, I opened up a low gray and a Wicket off a card. They weren't good cards; they were really bad cards. But I had to have complete ones.
Yeah.
Same here.
Well, I got the shaman
10
staff.
years ago.
I found a guy selling the shaman staff, and we were talking about $15. So I'm hoping.
Yeah, they have the cheapest parts of them all.
I'm hoping that he accepts it. Well, no, they've been the staves have been selling for around $100. It's been crazy. I can't.
Don't buy from those guys. If
I just found
selling like an Ewok staff for $100. Like block them. Like don't search their. No, seriously, because there's other guys that sell them for 15. Those are the
exactly.
Ones in your community.
No way, you're not going to get this for $15.
Well, no, but that's not a staff from low grade or Ugra or whatever. Like
no,
the Wicket staff is valuable. All the other ones are not valuable. Like one guy's got like a club. It's just a piece of freaking brown wood.
Yeah, his is the most expensive.
Don't pay $100 for that.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah, that's not $100 club.
Yeah,
you can
I'm
buy
not
the complete figure for $40. So why would the club be worth $100? Like, just use your common sense.
John, can you get this guy for $40?
No, if you could, I would have, but no. With the club, he's like $300. Yeah, and he's $300 on card. That's what's funny is a complete loose figure is the same price as a carded figure. You know, so you're right. You might as well just buy the carded figure. But
that's what I did. I think mine are about $100 each.
Yeah, I wish I bought them when they were. Yeah, I wish I bought them when they were 100, 125.
You know they were laughing when they made this stab.
I know, it's got balls.
It's like in the back of a truck.
All right, guys, I gotta go. I gotta eat. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching, everybody. And
hey, before we go, can I show some stuff that I got?
Yeah, let's go through all of this.
Go get some
all right,
food.
guys. Nice pillow with stormtroopers on it. Look at that. Look at that.
Thread.
All right, guys. Rick, Dino, thanks for joining me.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Maybe we'll be playing some games later on. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Ewok out. Let's see. What do we got here? What do we got for who's private chatting me? Facebook photo.
Again,
that
Super Don.
Hi, this is Ashley Eckstein, voice of Ahsoka Tano, and thank you for listening to the Super Awesome Geek Show.
No!